Greetings, class, and welcome to Horror 101. It is I, your distributor of the demented, your maestro of the macabre, Profesor Macabro. And I'm back to share with you some recent horror movie pickups. Ah yes, I have been splurging. With infinite resources of the Infinity Gauntlet, I can buy whatever I damn well please. And I have been buying horror movies. Sweet, beautiful horror movies, which I enjoy. And I know you do too, 'cause you're cool people. So, let's get this party started with the first of the movies. Now, this one is debatable whether or not you consider it as a horror movie, but after watching it, I consider it a prequel to Jaws. And that's starring Nicolas Cage, USS Indianapolis, Men of Courage. Yes, this is the story. If you're familiar with Jaws, and if you watch my videos, you should, because it's basically Horror 101. Quint tells the story of how he survived the USS Indianapolis, and this is a battleship that was downed, and the survivors were systematically eaten by sharks. Horrendous stuff. But, yes, I am considering this a prequel to Jaws, starring Nicolas Cage. What would have made it even better, but I don't think it's Universal did this, so it would have been kind of hard. If a character was just hinted at as being called Quint, that would have made it perfect. But this is Lionsgate, and your one's Universal, so I don't think they did that. But it's peculiar that they did this at all. So yes, considering this a prequel to Jaws. Next one I picked up, if you know me, and if you do, then you must be a person that I tolerate. But if you know me, you know that I like cheesy movies. I like horror movies, the kind that will put dust in your hairs and will traumatize you for life. But I also enjoy the occasional bad movie. And this one falls into that genre very well. And this movie is Python, about a big-ass snake that goes around killing people. Unlike Anaconda, who tried to take itself seriously, this one goes balls to the walls. There's a giant CGI snake eating people, and it's filled with horrible acting. Just horrible. Now, a couple of months back, I picked up Python vs. Boa, but that's like the fourth in the series. So I'm like, damn it, I need to buy Python, Python 2, and Boa to really get the backstory of Python vs. Boa. And I have the first part, so yeah. Also, yes, it does indeed, stars Robert Englund, old Freddy Krueger himself, so that's a plus on my book. But the movie is hilariously bad. Also picked up this movie, starring Clint Eastwood. Play Misty for Me. About this guy, kind of like Fatal Attraction, where Clint Eastwood meets this lady, and the lady's batshit crazy. You can make the argument that most women are like that, but in this particular case, this lady really is batshit crazy. And it's very peculiar to see Clint Eastwood, the big, strong, burly man with no name, being all traumatized by this crazy-ass chick. Next one I picked up, Hollow Ground. I've never seen this particular movie, but I like the cover. I like the fact that it has a slipcase, so I added it, but I have to watch it. Next one I picked up is one that I'm super duper happy to actually add, because I have seen this, but it's in that 4 movie set collection. And the problem with that is because they're trying to compress 2 movies into a single-sided disc. The quality of the image tends to take a hit. And, while it is cool for more bang for your buck to own 4 movies in 1 or 2 discs, display-wise, it doesn't look as pretty. So, imagine my joy when I found Tremors single disc movie set. Doesn't have Tremors 2, 3, or 4, just one, but it's a collector's edition, and I really enjoyed Tremors. It's about this little town that all of a sudden gets attacked by these giant worms. Think like the giant worms in Beetlejuice, only worse, because these things are messed up. Throughout the series, the giant worms have evolved, and you have little worm-like creatures and all these types. But this is... Actually, no, I was going to say this is the best one, but they're all pretty awesome. But this is the first one. Sorry about that. This is the first one that started the series with Kevin Bacon. But of course, the main guy that everyone remembers is the gun-toting survivalist, whose name, Bert, I believe his name is. He's the one that has appeared in the majority of the movies and also in the TV series. Because yes, there was a TV series for Tremors, but super happy to add that one to the collection. Next up, Cube Zero, the prequel to Cube. I really like Cube. It's a lot of fun. This one is good, but it tries to tie in things into the first one. Those forced prequels that try to, extend the series that was really a one-hit movie, but then they make a sequel and a prequel. Still pretty cool, still enjoyable. I'm not gonna knock it. Next one, from the Fangoria Fright Fest series, The Haunting. Now, this is not the movie with Owen Wilson and Catherine Zeta-Jones. No, this is a different thing. It's actually, I believe, if memory serves me right, a Spanish movie about this woman as being haunted, but just so happens to be called The Haunting, which is kind of misleading because, again, you immediately think of the classic superior movie called The Haunting, or the Catherine Zeta-Jones movie. But, yes, there's actually another haunting. Now, I've said it before with Tremors or Python, I like giant monster movies. They're a lot of fun. Even the bad ones are enjoyable, in my opinion. So, I just had to get 8-Legged Freaks. This thing is ridiculously over the top, but that's my bread and butter. That's what I enjoy. It stars the always annoying one-time WCW champion, the Arquette guy, but also stars a very young Scarlett Johansson. So you have that as a trivia for you. She, like a lot of actors, had her start in horror movies. I don't know why actors have their start in horror movies and then they disavow ever appearing in a horror movie. That's something I've never gotten. Horror movies get looked down by a lot of people, and they're awesome. Stop being so snobbish. They gave you your start. Embrace them. A person I respect a lot is Jamie Lee Curtis. She accepts and is okay with her horror roots. A lot more people should learn from Jamie Lee Curtis. Next one I picked up, starring the Scarlet Witch herself, Silent House. Yes, so weird to think that she's related to the Olsen twins. Because you look at the Olsen twins nowadays, they look like crack hoes. But she is relatively pretty. She's like what the Olsen twins would have looked if they haven't gotten all weird and messed up. But this one's a very interesting movie. Starts off very, normal, and then shit hits the fan and gets like, what the heck's going on here? But really good movie. I recommend it. This one, oh yeah. Let me get this baby closer. Yes. This movie I've been trying to track down for a good long time. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but one of my favorite horror actors is a man called Lance Hendrickson. If you're a horror fan, and if you are, you're my kind of people, you know him as Bishop in Aliens. But he was in an incredibly amazing TV series called Millennium. And if you know Millennium, you just got 100 Macabro points for knowing that. But he was in Millennium. And another movie that I've been trying to track down from him is Man's Best Friend. Oh, was I super happy when I got this baby. Lance Hendrickson is a scientist that decides to play God, as you do when you're a scientist. I think it's, when you graduate, it's basically what you're told, that, you basically have to become an evil scientist if you want to get ahead in the world, or at least have a movie made out of you. So, apparently he saw Cujo, and the Terminator is like, well, I could probably make a genetically engineered dog as a weapon. He probably also saw Mutants with Michael Ironside. No, it's not called Mutants. It's called Watchers. Watchers with Michael Ironside. Mutants is something else entirely. And he's like, I can create my own genetically engineered super dog. But of course, the dog escapes, befriends the chick from Short Circuit, and then Lance Hendrickson has to get his creation back. Great movie. I freaking love it. It's a lot of fun. Track it down if you can. Took me a while to get this one because I believe it's out of print, which sucks if you're a horror collector trying to get cool movies. Not sure if it's gotten a Blu-ray release. Next one. I love Godzilla. No secret, I love the King of the Monsters, but in Japan, Godzilla has his own rival, and not King Ghidorah or Mothra, but Gamera, the giant turtle. And I've not come across any of his movies, I'm sad to say, but I finally did. In this one, Attack of the Monsters, where Gamera fights this swordfish-looking thing. The Gamera movies, I will admit, are not as cool as Godzilla. Godzilla is superior. Even the crappiest Godzilla movie is superior. But Gamera is still fun. It has some nice giant kaiju moments, so this was good. And then I followed up with this 5-movie collection that has another Gamera movie called Destroy All Planets. Also has that same movie, but, well, what are you gonna do? But it also has Killers from Space, has Monster from a Prehistoric Planet, which is another kaiju movie, and The Sound of Horror, which is a Spanish movie that looks interesting. So, these multi-movie collections are kind of a crapshoot. Sometimes you might get something good, sometimes you might get something bad, or not bad in the movie's bad. If the movie's cheesy, I enjoy that, but the video quality, unfortunately, tends to get a nasty hit. Now, if you enjoyed Snakes on a Plane, what else could you do with snakes but put them in the submarine? This is Silent Venom. And it's about this crew that's going to take a decommissioned submarine, but shock and surprise, it's full of snakes. But it stars Luke Perry from 90210, and I can't believe I made a 90210 reference in a horror video series. But that's the only thing he's best known for, so what can I do? This one, I've also been meaning to track down. Much like Frozen, it takes the possibility of something that could happen and shares it with everyone. And this is Open Water. About these two people that get stranded in the ocean and sharks are nearing to devour them. I won't spoil the ending, but if you're expecting a happy ending, you're not gonna get it. Yeah, I believe there's a second part to this, but how can you make a second part of something that supposedly is based on true events? If this is based on true events, the second one must be probably not based on true events. Now this one, I'm happy. Just like Tremors and Man's Best Friends, I am happy to add this to the collection. This is called Festival of Fright, and it is a collection, a 3 DVD collection of old school horror movie trailers. Now a lot of people would be like, Professor Macabro, why would you buy something that has trailers instead of the movie? Well, class, unfortunately, most trailers are lost to the ether. They come out, and unless someone saves them, they get deleted from hard drives, or the film stock gets destroyed, and you never see the trailers ever again. Even most DVDs or Blu-rays don't include the trailers, and that's a sin of itself. If you have, and you're going to release a movie on DVD, goddammit, include the trailers. They're part of the movie's history. It's what grabs people into wanting to see the movie. And getting trailers from the old movies like King Kong, Dracula, Frankenstein, House on Haunted Hill is kind of hard to come by. So this is my cup of tea. I like watching trailers for old horror movies. I like old horror movies in general. And the artwork is pretty awesome. Let me take it out. The DVD cases are these thin, flimsy kind of crap. But the artwork on these is beautiful. Here you have King Kong. Here you have the Mummy from Hammer. And here you have the Cyclops and other good movies. So this is my cup of tea. This is the kind of thing that you would watch for historical reasons, but also if you're, organizing a horror movie party or a Halloween party. It's the kind of thing you can leave playing on your DVD, playing on screen, and have it as background noise. That's great. I love it. I can't get enough of this kind of stuff. And damn it, all movies should have the trailer included on it as a special feature, whatever. But have the goddamn trailers. Pisses me off. This one is a blind buy, like some horror movies that I pick up. Room 6. It stars the guy from Piranha, like, my dick. And he was also in Sliders, so I picked up because of that. And the last one I picked up, so I remember going to Comic-Con and they were announcing this. It's a remake, but it's called Priority Row, about this group of frat girls that kill a girl, and then someone comes looking for revenge. Is it good? I don't know. It's still sealed. Haven't watched it. But I do remember it was promoted in Comic-Con. Well, class, that was the horror movie DVD update. Like I usually do, I like to recommend the standouts. And I am going to recommend Man's Best Friend. I love this freaking movie. And it stars Lance Henriksen. And you can't go wrong with Lance Henriksen. Much like Michael Ironside, he has the sexiest voice you will ever hear. You can hear Lance Henriksen, and you know it's him. He was also in Aliens vs. Predator. That's not a good point of reference. But he was in that. Oh! Pumpkinhead! He was in Pumpkinhead! Watch that. That's awesome. Even though the Pumpkinhead kind of looks like a C-number. Anyway, Lance Henriksen is awesome. To my knowledge, I don't know if Lance Henriksen ever made a movie with Michael Ironside. But having both of them on the same screen would probably make the universe explode out of awesomeness. Tremors is the other recommendation, but I would recommend somehow you track down these Festival of Fright DVD collection. Either volume is cool, but having all three is even better, in my opinion. It's like each one lasts like an hour and 20 minutes. Nothing but old school horror trailers, and that's amazing. Well, class, I hope you enjoyed this little horror figure video. I know I enjoyed getting it and sharing it with you. Don't forget to leave a comment. And until next time, class, this has been Professor Macabro, and like always, I wish you all a good evening.